What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to my channel. In honor of Airbnb verifying every single one of their 7 million listings from here on out, I have made this video for you all just to show you what exactly it looks like to be verified on a city level, like on a municipal level from City Hall here in my city. Springfield, Missouri is one of the cities who have regulated short-term rentals, and I can bet you that a lot of cities near you and your city will potentially be undergoing some form of regulation, if not now, in the near future. Therefore, I have made this video for you all as an illustration to show you what you can anticipate as an Airbnb host in the years to come. A lot of things played into this being something that we're now talking about, including that shooting that just happened in California, along with hotel lobbyists pushing the government to restrict Airbnb from growing and spreading like wildfire. And now Airbnb has finally decided to speak out. So right now what we know is that they will be verifying the listings. What I'm sharing with you today is only going to help you get through that process when the time comes. And so I think it is worth your while to stay tuned and watch the entire thing all the way through. But before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe and like this video to boost it in the YouTube algorithm. And I hope you guys enjoy. It cost me $41 to purchase the postage for all the stamps that I'm required to put on these envelopes. One of the requirements to get permitted in Springfield, you have to mail out a notice letter to every property within a 500-foot radius of your said short-term rental type 2. So here's the property that we're trying to get permitted. It's gonna be a fun time, and like I always enjoy this type of stuff. It's a challenge, and it really does push you to have everything figured out and get it done in a timely manner. And so right now I'm packing envelopes for these 75 properties within a 500-foot radius of this second listing. It's just what it is right now, guys. Like I said before, I'm gonna do it the right way. I'm not gonna try to go around and ghost host or do anything illegal. So here I have my postage notes, and let's get to packing. Today we're gonna be doing a lot. We have a lot to get done. By 12 o'clock I have to submit the permit application and schedule a neighborhood meeting in order to alert the neighborhood that I'm gonna be hosting an Airbnb. This is one of the requirements that the city of Springfield passed, and I kind of mentioned this in my previous videos talking about the regulation process. But for those of you guys who are all new here, I'm gonna walk you guys through the whole process again, just to prepare you guys for similar steps that you might have to take if you are getting started with short-term rentals. Right now, I'm gonna be here all morning, just packing envelopes. Once again, I told you guys I'm gonna do a detailed breakdown of everything it costs me to get this place from $0 to listed, and I'm gonna go do a thorough breakdown of all that. I'm keeping track of all the transactions, and I think you guys will find it very helpful. So stick around for this video. After I get done with this, I have a few meetings this afternoon, and I'm gonna continue to furnish the property. I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, now that that is all taken care of, I'm going to touch up on a few things and go over the regulation process like I said I would. I'm doing this just to show you guys what exactly it is I'm dealing with and what you could be dealing with in your local town or city. This is definitely very specific to Springfield, so just because I'm sharing this with you all here on my channel does not mean that it will necessarily apply to you and your city. This is literally what Springfield has decided to do. If you want to operate a short-term rental type 2 in Springfield, Missouri, you will need to go through these 8 steps and get permitted if you are in the city limits or in the area of jurisdiction of City of Springfield. And therefore, I'm dealing with this now, and I'm going to share it with you all because I think it is very great, and it's a great illustration for what you could expect if your city does regulate it, or if you already live in a market where this is regulated. Like I said before, guys, this is something that I'm going to do just because I'm absorbing a ton of information, a ton of knowledge when it comes to getting something like this set up. There's a lot of moving pieces involved, And it's overall just going to be a great experience for me. The first step is figuring out if your desired property is able to be Airbnb'd, and you do this by just going to City Hall. I simply go to City Hall, I give them the address, and they let me know you have the green light with this property, you can go ahead and do it. Or they'll say, no, there's currently an Airbnb right next door, you're not able to do this. So you just need to figure out whether or not you're allowed to STR that property and operate a short-term rental out of that property. And from there, you move forward to step 2 and you obtain a business license. You go to the licensing department, you just set up a business license. I do this with my LLC. So I go ahead and do some paperwork. It doesn't take very long. You have to give them projected revenue. And I give them around $20,000 to $25,000 in projected revenue for the year with these Airbnbs. And then my licensing fee comes down to $25 for the business license. Step 3 is you're paying for the permit application process. So up until step 3, you've not really done anything yet other than collect some information and file for a business license. With step 3, you're initiating the entire process. And you want to be careful when you do this, especially in my city, because there's timed deadlines on when you have to provide the information that they're requesting. So for example, they need signatures from the adjacent homeowners, which is one of the steps. I'll go into that in a bit. But like they need that within a 10-day time frame of a certain event. The thing is with City Hall, they don't mess around. Like if you're not complying with their exact regulations and their exact rules, they will literally turn you away and you've wasted $350, which is what the application fee costs. So initially, to initiate the permit application process, you have to pay a $350 non-refundable deposit, or that's just how much you have to pay. It's the fee, it's just how they structured it. Once you pay that $350, you are now given a to-do list of things you need to do in order to get everything done in a timely manner. That brings us to step 4. In step 4, you have to alert the neighborhood that you're hosting an Airbnb there, or you plan on hosting an Airbnb there, and you have to mail them out a letter, which is what you guys saw at the beginning of this video. I was packing 2 pieces of paper. One of them was a notice, pretty much stating what I want to do with the property, and I had to share my information, my personal information, my home address, my phone number, my email. And the second was a consent form, or this form that they give the individual coming to the meeting. They can take notes down and whatever. It's just like to collect information, collect data, and this is their way of doing it. So here I am packing these 2 pieces of paper, folding them 3 ways, paying postage. So I had to go to the post office and buy 75 stamps in order to pay postage on all of these envelopes. And then I'm mailing them out to every single address that they collected. So in December 2nd, I'm going to host a neighborhood meeting and hear any and all concerns from the neighborhood and see what comes of it. Last time I made a video documenting it, but I didn't really explain many details of what exactly went down. So this time around, like I said, I'm going to be taking everything with a more detailed approach and sharing it with you all on my channel. Step 5, you have to post a sign in your front lawn that advertises where the meeting is going to be held. And this is just something that they require. You cannot not do this because they have a page where you have to post, where you have to actually take a picture of the sign in front of your property and have an affidavit sign that you actually did that. And so you cannot miss a beat with City Hall. I'm just gonna go over this. It sounds like a lot, and trust me guys, it seems like a lot. It feels like kind of overwhelming, but then again, this is what I signed up for. And I'm just making this known to you guys. If you live in a city with regulations like this, you may want to look at surrounding areas. That brings us to step 6, which is actually hosting the meeting and collecting information, writing a summary, and submitting it back to City Hall within 10 days. And if you don't have the information submitted within 10 days, then they toss your application out the window. I'm pretty sure that's what they do. And therefore you wasted time and money. So you want to make sure that you're hitting their deadlines accordingly. Step 7, this is my favorite part. You have to get written approval from your adjacent homeowners. And in this case, there's going to be 4 properties that I need approval from. I need their signatures saying, yes, you're okay with doing Airbnb here. I don't have a problem with it. It's kind of their consent form. And last time I literally had to go out and knock on these people's doors, get their information, like find out where they live, go seek them out for information. I barely got all my signatures submitted in time. And this is something that I don't really like about this application process because it leaves the outcome up to other people. For example, if all of my neighbors don't want me to do it, then I'm not going to do it. That's just simply how it's set up. I'm very optimistic and confident with my skills and my presentation skills when I come to these people and approach them. I'm very polite and I show them the bright side of what I'm doing, and therefore I'm not worried about it. And once we have all the signatures in place, that brings us to step 8, and that is a fire inspection. You have to go and comply with their fire inspection rules for these properties. And once you've gotten all of this taken care of within their desired time frame, they then let the application be sent on to City Council for review. And if city council says, okay, they're in the clear, they can go ahead and be permitted, then you will receive a certificate of occupancy and your short-term rental permit is granted and you can therefore host legally. So guys, this is literally what it is in Springfield. I'm making this video just because Airbnb recently came out after that shooting that happened. They came out and said that they will be verifying all their listings. So what they're going to be asking in their verification process is still in the air. I'm not exactly certain what it's going to be, but all I know is that I've gone through this process twice here in Springfield and I'm ready for whatever verification process Airbnb does put out there. This is just going to help you become a better person, better entrepreneur. It's going to develop your business mind really well dealing with stuff like this. You're working with the City Hall in a very professional manner. It's going to be a great learning experience. Thank you all for staying tuned, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it didn't bore you too much. If you did like it, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you think this will help anybody, or you think this is going to shed some light on the regulation space with Airbnb and short-term rentals, then be sure to share this with anyone that I think could find this valuable. Thank you guys once again, and I will see you in the next video.